Commander Elena Vasquez stared at the tactical display aboard the UES Retribution, watching as 37 human warships emerged from quantum-fold space at the edge of the Proxima Centauri system. The blue-white glow of their fusion drives painted deadly streaks against the star field as they accelerated toward the Galactic Council's regional headquarters. "Signal from Admiral Morrison, ma'am," reported Lieutenant Torres from the communications station. "All ships report successful fold jumps. Fleet combat readiness at 96%. Vasquez nodded grimly. 6 months ago, she would never have imagined leading humanity's first offensive strike against the Council. The betrayal still burned in her memory like antimatter fire. The Council had promised humanity full membership after decades of proving their technological worth. Earth's fusion reactors powered half the outer colonies. Human-designed gravitational wave communicators had revolutionized interstellar coordination. Their bioengineering techniques had terraformed 17 worlds deemed uninhabitable by other species. But when the hegemony wars erupted between the ancient Cathari Empire and the Silicon Collective, the Council had made their choice. Instead of honoring their pledge to humanity, they had voted to conscript every human colony as cannon fodder for the Cathari front lines. No citizenship, no representation, just expendable soldiers for an alien war. "Gravitational wave pulse detected," announced Ensign Park from the sensor array. "Council Defense Fleet is mobilizing. 12 heavy cruisers, 34 frigates, and what appears to be their new dreadnought prototype." Vasquez examined the enemy formation through her neural interface, the quantum processors in her brain calculating attack vectors and probability matrices. The Council forces significantly outnumbered them, but they had grown complacent during centuries of peace. Humanity had spent the last 6 months preparing for this moment. "Deploy the Harbinger drones," she ordered. Throughout the human fleet, launch bays opened like mechanical flowers. Thousands of sleek, obsidian drones emerged, each no larger than a fighter craft but packed with experimental technology. The Council had never seen anything like them. The drones accelerated past lightspeed limitations using localized space-time distortion fields, a breakthrough humanity had achieved by combining their gravitational wave research with captured Cathari temporal mechanics. Within seconds, they were among the Council fleet. "Enemy vessels are attempting evasive maneuvers," Torres reported. "Their point defense systems are engaging our drones." Vasquez watched the tactical display with professional satisfaction. The Council's laser arrays and particle beam weapons were devastating against conventional targets, but the Harbinger drones operated on principles that rendered traditional energy weapons nearly useless. Each drone contained a miniaturized black hole, artificially stabilized and weaponized. "Initiate Harbinger Protocol 7, she commanded. The drones began their deadly work. Instead of exploding like conventional warheads, they collapsed into their contained singularities, creating localized gravitational anomalies that warped space-time around the Council vessels. Hulls buckled as differential gravitational forces tore them apart at the molecular level. Shield systems failed as their energy matrices were stretched beyond coherence. Within minutes, half the Council fleet was debris. "Incoming transmission from Council Command," Torres announced, her voice barely containing amazement. "They're requesting parley." "Too late for diplomacy," Vasquez replied coldly. She opened a channel to the entire human fleet. "All vessels, this is Retribution Actual. Commence primary assault. Target their orbital stations and administrative complexes. Leave their civilian sectors intact. We're not monsters like they are." The human warships unleashed their fury. Antimatter torpedoes streaked toward the space stations while directed energy weapons carved through defensive barriers. The Council's betrayal had awakened something primal in humanity, the same drive that had carried them from cave paintings to quantum computers in mere millennia. As the Council's headquarters burned in the void, Vasquez allowed herself a moment of grim satisfaction. They had underestimated humanity's capacity for both innovation and vengeance. The galaxy would soon learn that betraying Earth's children carried a terrible price. The war for humanity's freedom had begun, written in fire and folded spacetime across the cosmic dark.